Now you listen to me. I don't want any plastics. I don't want any ground floors. And I don't want to get married to anyone. You understand that? I want to do what I want to do. And you
I don't understand how that process works. Who is arguing against
Social
this?
Security.
So Social Security
Why do
has
they
their
feel the
own
need
lawyer and
to
stuff.
do that?
Are we ready?
Yeah, y'all are good.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's recording.
Oh, okay. It's recording?
Yeah. You just
Yeah.
keep
Yeah. It's just terrible, man.
Like, why is who
They
is
don't
on
want
the
the
other?
government. The government does not want to push out money. So and you have to prove that you're disabled. And like him, he had a disease where every time he stood up, he would pass out and faint because his blood pressure dropped.
Okay, yeah.
It's called autonomic neuropathy.
And he is a real bad diabetic, so like restaurants and stuff would not hire him. And he was already in a wheelchair when we started.
And then I caught the nerves, the neuropathy went up. It kills your nerves, right? It'll put down your nerves for a while where they hurt. But it went in my stomach, and they decided it was at 70-something percent irreversible damage. And then I went back again a month later, and they said, "Man, you're 100% irreversible damage." So I hate to say it, but you're going to be having accidents in your pants without you even knowing about it. You know, or you're going to feel it, but it's going to be way too late.
Yeah.
But Social Security hires a lawyer, and then they hire this person whose only job is to be able to list types of jobs that each person can do.
In the courtroom, the judge asked this lady from Social Security that drifted us way out, what is out there? Well, Your Honor, in his area, he still has 1% chance of, as long as he's got, there's jobs for him there. He can work at home or do whatever he's got to do. Okay.
With no college education. No,
but they want me to do the jobs that require all
computer
that.
skills. So, to work at home, you have to do that.
And then my attorney goes, okay, we have no problem with that. Are you going to supply him with a laptop computer, a place to live, stuff like that? Yeah. And that's not our job. That's not our problem.
Yeah, stay-at-home jobs are not that easy to get.
Yeah. I can't be
legit ones anyway.
Yeah.
You can apply for a whole lot of ones.
Yeah.
So that's the way it's been going on that, man. Yeah. It's a tough world. If you get disabled.
So you said it took 6 years?
It was longer than that though. But I started filing.
We started filing.
And then
6 years. We
started
go
filing
to court. We'd file. Then they deny us, so we'd take it to court. Then they deny us. Then we'd appeal it. They deny us, and then we'd start all over again. We did that 3 times.
Yeah.
With a lawyer.
And the reason they do that as well is because when I file it, I have to file for a back pay when the first time I filed for it, and that's a huge payout.
Yeah.
But the Social Security said, no, bam, they cut you off. In other words, you got to start over again, buddy. That's what they're thinking in their head. So now we ain't got to worry about paying you 18 months of back pay. Stuff like that. So I finally got my legs cut off. I said, all right, let's get him now. He's only got about 4 or 5 months back pay. Whoop-de-doo, $1,000. We'll give him an extra $1,000. Whoop-de-doo. Instead of $22,000, $25,000. I was owed $26,000. I was owed $26,000. And I didn't get it. I didn't get it. My attorney fought. He appealed and all that. After I won my case and all that, no, we want his back pay. Judge said, no, we'll give him 12 months. That's it. 12 months?
And at the very lowest minimum pay.
And, and that was, there was only be like $400. No.
Little. Not even enough to rent a place with what he gets.
Wow.
Yeah. So they granted me, okay, we'll give you this much. Okay, and then when they found out my wife was working, they lowered my payment all of a sudden. My first month of payment, it was supposed to be $600, $800, which is something in the house. Went down to $300. Like, whoa, where's my money? Well, your wife was working. Okay, all right. I want to play that way. So my wife had to log in her hours in order to see how much I get.
What in the world?
Yeah.
And it's so little that he might as well not be getting anything.
Yeah.
I'm denied food stamps.
$200 is a drop in the bucket,
You're denied food stamps?
I'm denied food stamps right now. I'm still denied food stamps. I went over there and they said, well, no, you used to have food stamps back in the day. You did your limit. That's what they used to our excuse. Now I haven't got to fight for it yet. If I fight for it, I'll probably get it, but it's going to be another 6 months, 8 months. They'll prolong it,
Yeah.
It'll help, but next thing you know, they're going to say, hey, man, a lot of friends of mine tell me that it's on disability. Just don't even worry about it, bro. You're going to get in there, they're going to say, yeah, okay, we'll give you food stamps, $69 a month. Yeah, $69 a month, yeah.
That is so frustrating.
Yeah.
Just hearing about that, I can't imagine how you guys must feel. Like just me hearing that frustrates
I
me.
cry, man. I cry, bro. I cry, man.
So frustrating.
I cry. You got one income coming, you can't do nothing about it. You know, and she's
like I can't. You guys are in that situation, and like what do you do?
What do you like? Yeah.
Yeah,
What are you supposed to do?
live the way they want us to live.
We do exactly
We give them what they
do,
want.
you
We have to
know,
live on
you-
the streets, live on the bench. We lived on the benches before and everything, you know.
So I'm curious, like, I'm sure you guys meet people that are also on the street in that area.
Yeah.
And I've heard that there are people, and it seems like there are people who don't mind.
They love it. They love it.
They don't
They
mind
love
living
it.
on
Yeah.
the street.
They love it because the cold weather comes
They
along.
don't have family and they
Yeah.
don't have kids.
Well, I can understand that.
Not really
They've got a lot of
so.
stuff in their head. If you've been on the streets long enough, you can read somebody like, this guy really wants to be on the street, but he's already got the, what do you call it? Attitude to where I don't give a darn anymore. You know?
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
I'd rather go smoke ice, crack, weed, or whatever, drink my beer all day long, you know. That's the
Not
way it
even
goes.
that,
You know?
they can't become desensitized to human life, and that's
And a lot of it, I mean,
That's a
a
safe
lot
spot
of
for
it
them.
happens at
Yeah.
home. They'll say it's
Yeah.
all their fault. A lot of it happens at home, man. I think it happens at home. You know, we met one kid that was 17 years old. He come on the streets, and I told him, youngster, you got a life to live, man. Don't live out here. Go home because I can't. Man, my parents don't want me. I go, whatever it is, make amends, man. You better make amends. I'm living out here right now. You're way too young. And to this day, I found out he's still living out in the streets, been in and out of jail.
Really?
Yeah,
it's sad.
been in and out of
Pretty
jail.
youngster.
Yeah, living his life, man. Just yeah.
But it's also tough once you get to this point to bring yourself up.
It is. That's the biggest part in your life. If you get stuck out there in these streets, man, good luck. You got to push. You got to put it this way. That's where that beg, borrow, and steal comes from. But you don't do that because you're going to stay out there. You got. You cannot come up. We come up and try to
You
live in a
can.
hotel.
It's hard.
You know, you can't put one foot in the door because I got to move out tomorrow. You know, she can't find a job to. You know,
We've
keep
done it
money.
before, but you got to have a shelter to be able to move up.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, we were homeless many, many years ago, 2.5 years. But we
You have
had
to have
help.
like a shelter.
No, we lived on the street and then
Under the bridge on I-35
hotels.
a breaker.
in Austin we did.
But you were saying like you need to have a shelter in order to get up out of that.
So like if they had homeless shelters, which they do in Austin, they don't hear it. They don't hear it all. But like he got sick when we found out he was a diabetic, and we moved over here and we stayed with his brother for 3 or 4 months till I got a job, and we eventually we worked our way up. But you can work your way up.
Yeah.
I mean, I held my job for 8 years. We were in duplexes and apartments, and actually this last one was a house.
And that was about 5 months ago, 6 months, 4 months ago,
No, longer than that.
It's probably about 6 months.
6 months ago.
Yeah.
Okay, so take us back from that point. You mentioned just briefly the first time I met you, like sort of what happened. Could you go like in a little bit more depth, like what happened to the point where like they ended up like kicking you out, right?
Right.
Yeah. But go ahead.
You want me to explain? Okay, I had a friend I met in church, okay? And he goes, hey, man, I'll rent you a duplex. I was in the hospital. I was living in a small travel trailer in the parking lot at this duplex. So it's okay, but when they chopped my legs off, he goes, I told him, hey, man, look, I can get you some money. Please, let me get in. I can't go inside that RV back and forth. He goes, I got the duplex for rent. Okay, cool. And then I was paying it, trying to pay it. And then he goes, hey, look, I understand your story of rent. I've just bought property. There's a house on it. Y'all are more than welcome to live on it for free. I'll give it to you for free, but it's a dump. And it had trash up to this high all throughout the room.
It was a hoarder's house.
No.
It took 3 pull-away dumpsters to get it empty. She did every bit of
did
it.
it.
She did every
I
bit of
did
it.
so.
way.
Just to get a free home, okay? And so we lived there.
And they worked. The business that I worked at in Georgetown was sold, and the company that bought it closed us down here and moved us all to Round Rock.
And so we're living there, and then I'm starting to get sicker again. And the next thing you know, they closed her company down. They let everybody
we
go.
sold that one.
Yeah, they shut everybody down. And at the same time, my buddy goes, hey, man, you got to move out like this week because I'm demolishing the house now.
What?
Yeah, it's time. I'm fixing to build on it, which was, we had an
was gonna
agreement.
build
We had an agreement
duplex,
for
yeah.
more months. He goes, so we had no choice. We were going to court. They sent me to court for it, but I didn't go because I moved out. I didn't want any eviction on my
Yeah.
deal, so I moved out. And that's where we got stuck on the streets, man. And to this day, that house has never been torn down.
But
It's still there.
his legs were amputated, like,
Maybe 9 months after that. No, this
no, it
happened in
was
September.
before that.
Yeah.
His legs were amputated, I want to say, I'm trying to think, about 4 or 5 months before all that happened.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
And this is still fresh wounds, man. I could not be outside at all. I could have
Yeah.
nothing touch it.
So it's like bad thing, but,
This happens
Not
back
One
and
after
forth.
another.
not
Yeah.
this right back from the start.
Okay, so you had all that stuff happen with the government, right? You're trying for years to get on disability. Social Security got hacked away. And then what has been your experience? You mentioned a little bit, Jesse, but like what, earlier to me, but like what has been your experience trying to get help from churches?
My experience with churches, don't get me wrong, churches, it's a God's house, okay? But there's a lot of people that don't want to believe it, or, you meet people from this church and I go, hey man, why is this guy so rude to me and all that? There's a couple of churches, there's a good church here in town, but there's one main church, I don't want to mention their name.
Yeah.
Okay? You go in there, I went in there, yeah, come on in, we'll help you. Look, man, we're going to give it to you this one more time, and that's it, brother. Don't even come bothering us. Don't bother us anymore. You don't even have to come to our church. Just stay away. Yeah, good luck.
That's what he told you?
Yeah. The benevolence
I
guy.
think a lot of churches, they choose to help families that are
Which I understand.
in
but,
houses and stuff.
But you got to reach out to the community.
Technically, we're in between houses, so they consider us homeless, and
They frown on that. They don't, yeah. I hate to
they're
say
not
that.
nice to homeless people.
Yeah, that church right there was right
A lot
down the
of
street.
churches. Now there's
Yeah.
some
He
churches.
goes, y'all get a job, do something. Y'all living in a messed up house. That guy in the church told me that in his office. Can I see? Yeah. And there's another church downtown by the square. Lady goes, no, we ain't gonna give you no gift card because we were hungry to give out gift cards. No, y'all are probably gonna go use it on dope. Yeah, no, we're out. I go, lady, what the heck's wrong with you? You know what? With your mouth, you don't even come back at all. Yeah.
Man.
Yeah. And there's people from our church, hey man, not from my church, man, from churches, look, I'm from so-and-so church, let me help you. This and that. And I told you, I've heard that all the time, man. And we take that into heart, like, yes. And you never see him again, man,
Yeah.
You never
Don't
see him
take it
again.
to heart
Man.
too much anymore. You
It's
get
just,
hurt too hard.
it hurts so much,
You
man.
know.
I couldn't imagine.
Yeah. We hold a sign out there, man. There's people that's cussed her out, called her names, thrown feces, thrown urine.
There's none.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's
Come home crying, man,
people-
because there's urine on her pants or something, because some idiot went along and just threw.
There are nice people, and there are nice churches that will help. They just, I don't know if they can't afford. There are so many people that need help that they won't help you more than once or twice.
Yeah.
They'll help a
Yeah,
family in their
you know.
church, which I have no problem with, but I thought it was to help the community, Hey, man, you need help, come to our church. We'll help you, We'll try to help you at least, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Give me the word, we'll try, I'll be there, And they'll say, oh, I'm sorry, buddy. I mean, there's no use of going because right now we're out of money. Next thing you know, they're helping people with families.
Well, I try to always say, well, if y'all hear of any place that's open that's for rent,
Yeah, okay,
let us
they'd
know.
love to hear
That's all
that.
we want. is
They
let us
love
know.
to hear that because that means you're never coming back to talk to them. Well, if
Yeah.
you hear anything, can you please? Yeah, sure, no problem. Yeah, right. They
steer-
close the
steer us
door
in a
saying, yeah,
direction,
right. Yeah,
find
yeah,
out.
we're going to help you.
Yeah.
We're on it right now. That's what they're thinking. But yeah, that's tough, man.
So I'm curious, and because I know I'm sure from the church side, it's hard for them to differentiate between people like you who genuinely are asking for a hand up. You're trying to get out of the situation versus the people that are just manipulating them to just try to get beer or dope or whatever. Right. So it's like, what do you guys think in your experience is a better way to go about trying to help the homeless situation without enabling people that just want to
I
live
can't
there?
answer. I don't know there isn't a better way. I don't know. I don't know.
Well,
there isn't.
That's a hard question.
Yes, that's a very hard question.
Yeah.
I mean,
I think if they want to help people and they are afraid that people are going to spend it on the wrong things, then pay the bill for them. You don't have to ever have money to somebody.
we have never asked for money. All we ask for is help with food. If you want to pay our
to
rent,
help
that would
with
be
Yeah, I
rent,
know-
or
yeah.
help,
Yeah.
or just like when it's cold and help pay for a hotel room, pay it. You can pay things online now over the phone. You don't have to give the person, us or anybody else, if you think they're going to do wrong with it.
Yeah.
But you're
Yeah.
still doing God's word by helping somebody.
For sure, yeah.
That's
You
a good
know?
point.
Because if it's somebody that's going to do bad, and you say, okay, I'm going to help, I'm going to go buy you food and bring it back to you. If they're out for no good, they're going to make an excuse of why they don't want the food or they don't want you to pay it.
That's a good point.
You know? But
We're
people
like, yeah,
that,
we'll be waiting.
I
Yeah.
never
Yeah.
turn down anything, any food. And it might be food we can't even eat. I'll crunch it up for us to eat. But, you know, that's
Yeah, that's
the
kind
difference
of how my
between-
mom always saw it too. When she would pay for people or give, I guess, take care of people instead of just giving them money. She's like, I'll go in and buy.
I have
you
no
food,
problem with that.
Or
We
yeah,
net-
I'll go.
but
in
there's a
there
lot of
with
people you don't give. You
Yeah,
give about
yeah.
70%
But I think
of people.
I think that's a good solution.
Yeah, but I ain't gonna lie. There's probably about 80% of people out there say, "Go, can I just go ahead and get the money?" That right there, just yeah. That
Yeah.
right there, that person that just got asked that will go tell another person that, and another person that. It just goes.
Yeah,
The
yeah.
next thing you know, nah, I remember so and so told me they wanted money. Now don't give them nothing.
Yeah, I do think on the flip side though that I think that sometimes we worry too much about what the other person is going to do with the money. Like I don't think that's what it's about. Like from the church's side or like a Christian side, if I give this person money and they decide to blow it on drugs or alcohol, whatever,
I
then
help
that's
you,
their
yeah.
that's their decision.
Yeah,
and
you did the right thing. So.
Yeah, but
True.
But
I
you
don't
know
think
those kind of people when they come back again in 2 weeks, 2 weeks, 2
Yeah,
weeks, 2
yeah,
weeks,
for
or whatever.
sure,
you know
yeah,
what I'm saying,
yeah.
to the churches that gave them money. You know?
yeah, but I would hope that doesn't interfere with like I would hope that doesn't cause me to fear people and like fear like
It
have that
shouldn't,
fear of
it
like, oh,
shouldn't.
they're just gonna blow the money anyways,
shouldn't.
when it could really be someone
But in your
that just
mind,
needs
though,
money.
though,
There's a
like
lot of
like this guy
people
said,
like
in your
that.
mind, though, God tells you to do it, do it. I mean, if you
Right,
feel that God say, hey,
right,
let me pray
yeah.
about it. A lot of people say, hey, I prayed about it. I had to come back around.
Yeah,
I hope you take care. I hope you do the right thing for you. God bless you. You know,
But there are a lot of
you get a lot. I get a lot of that. We get a lot of. I prayed for it. Prayed about it. I
we
brought
do
you some
get that a
groceries.
lot.
You know, I brought you some groceries.
Really?
I do.
How often would you say that happens?
What's that? That question or that deal?
Probably a couple of times a week that I'll have somebody
People-
come up to me and say, I prayed and God told me to give you this.
Yeah.
Really?
I prayed about it. I prayed about one guy. Matter of fact, we were struggling big time. We didn't know where we were going to sleep that night. And I'm here in the corner, and one guy pulled over. I'm laying on the grass, and he goes, "Hey man, I saw you on the grass. I went home. I was praying about it on the way home. God told me to come right back to you." He goes, he was still in his dirty clothes here. He gave me $150. You know, I hope you spend it right. And I go, "Sir, can we have a ride to the hotel?" And then he goes, "You know what? I'll get you a ride, but for you being honest, here's another 50." Yeah.
Wow.
So I said, "Okay, that paid 3 nights right there." Yeah. Yeah, you'll get a lot. There's people say, I prayed about it. I prayed and I prayed. I'm walking down the street. A speed stop. Lady stopped and said, "Hey, look, I saw you walking. I prayed about it, and you're here at the parking lot. So God, here, gave me some little change." Yeah. If you feel that, like you said, if you have that fear. Now, if you have that, if you already know who this person is. Look, he needs help. Okay, but in another way. But he's not going to get it because he's too busy wanting to get that $10.
But then you have those
$15.
people that say, why don't you get a job? Why don't you get a job? And
Just the other day, that
If
made
you're
her cry.
single-
The guy went out there and yelled at her.
yeah, but somebody told me that the other day. Well, have you thought about getting a job? And I looked at him and I said, well, if you can find me somebody to babysit my husband,
And she was pointing at me, and
change
she
his
was pointing right
diaper
at me.
while I go to work, I'd be happy to go. But until I get someplace where I can put him, I can't go to work.
He felt this big, but he still didn't care.
He kind of he got quiet and he turned his
Because
head.
he didn't see me right up there in the corner with no leg. You know, she said, you can find
Because
somebody?"
well, see, I work 56 hours a week
At your
for
previous...
8 years. at
She
my
worked
previous
8 years
job.
for this company,
56
guys.
hours a week.
She
open
worked
to
8 years
close.
for this company, man. 3 days, that's all she missed out of work in 8 years. And 2 of those days, they sent her home and said, "No, you're too sick to work."
I love working. That's my outlet. That's my peace. You know, from real life. And so to be out of work, I
That's not her.
crazy.
That's not her. And I
this
love
is
it.
not me.
And I love it because my kids learned that from her.
But people
They're all-
assume that if you're homeless and you're not working, they assume
They
you're
say you don't
lazy.
give a damn
You
about
just
this
don't
world.
want to.
You just want handouts. No.
And I
No.
don't. I hate being homeless. I hate
Living
buying a
here,
sign.
living here and stuff like that.
Yeah. I mean,
You know, we're blessed to have it, okay?
Yeah.
But we
Yeah.
don't call it home because then eventually we're gonna have
It's
to get
not.
out of here, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And look at that, we get stuff. People give us stuff, clothes or something. We don't throw nothing away because you never, you know, not because you never know we'll see them again, because we need it. I go through these sweats and pants a lot because of my accidents that I had.
Yeah.
In bathrooms and businesses where you have to throw them away, you know.
Yeah.
And you were saying that you're trying to get you're trying to use Medicare, Medicaid to get into an assisted living home.
Yes.
So she can go to work.
Yes.
Yeah.
Right, but it's
Yes.
hard for you to get in one.
Yes. I've already applied so many here, or I mean, call them Medicaid now. We can't help you. They laugh.
The
Just like,
insurance
no.
doesn't pay
You
for
better
it.
off. Do you have Medicare? And I go, man, if I had Medicare, I'd say I had Medicare.
If you're over 65,
Yeah.
then you get
Yeah.
it's so much
Yeah.
easier.
Yeah, nah, man, I'm sorry,
But
man.
he's just in Social Security, and he
We
gets-
need assisted living or someplace where, or if I had a little small home, somebody come see me every day while she's at work. All she needs is 2 months and pat most, or a little over a month. And she's been trying this past week, but I've been getting sick at the hospital and all that,
Yeah.
and that interfered. But that's all she needs is to find. She'll find a job that fast. That's how
But do
good
we
she is.
have a permanent residence? His Medicaid will pay for a nurse to
Yeah,
come sit with
that
him while I
that's
go
what
to
they would do.
work.
Medicaid will pay for a place to come see me. Somebody come see
But
me in my home, but
being
I have
homeless-
to be in a home where I'm living.
Yeah, being homeless, they won't.
Yeah.
So that's all we're asking
Suck.
like that, man. We need a month, just a month for my wife. I could be here. I can go back. If I have an accident, my wife said, "What do you do? You know, I'll get you. I got you when I get home." But
Yeah.
I can make it to the bathroom back and forth. You know,
Yeah.
I can do it. I got bars here and all that. You know, but if all she needs is a month because she'll be working. It's all it takes is 2 paychecks. She'll get us. Like she told me a long time ago when I got my lease cut, I got you. That's all I need. She said, I just need another month of work, man. I'll get us a place. You know, I'll get us a place. Somebody will not turn down my money, you know. You know, like independent, we got one owner rental place or something. You know? Like right now we're trying to do. Now they're ignoring my calls now. I mean, that's the whole story now. I'm supposed to be there on Friday. I was hoping to be there Friday to move in, you know. Then I found out I got to turn on my own lights and all that. I owe a bill for the lights here, you know. It just all adds up, man. You know, it just just that 1 month. you
Because
know.
it's expensive being homeless. Don't get me wrong, you spend more money being homeless than you ever do. in a
Really?
place.
Yeah.
I mean,
At one point, we had to
You have
make
to
so
buy
much money.
takeout all the time because you can't cook. And,
microwave.
here we can.
Yeah.
That's why we love it here. We
But
love it here.
technically, when we sleep out, if you're going to eat, you have to buy fast
Yeah,
food.
you have to go
Sure,
buy
yeah.
Jack Box, eat there, and then go live outside.
You
know.
can't wash your clothes, so you have to get rid of your clothes and buy new clothes all the time.
Well, carrying place gives us
Unless
clothes
you
all
can
the time.
carry a bunch of stuff. Not like I push him. He's on Depends and 10 different medicines and can't be cold and
Yeah.
all this stuff. So I'm having to buy hoodies and gloves and all this stuff, and they get dirty. I have to throw them away. I have to go get more because he's sick. Otherwise, he ends up with a hand like this. You know, I mean, it's
Yeah, this was
really
cause for being outside because I
expensive.
hit it
And if
with
you
something
have
and I
no
was
money and
messing
have
with
to
it, I
do
kept
all
on-
this,
Yeah.
Next thing, boom.
you know, that's the only reason.
The day I got out of the
Yeah, I
hospital
never
with my
thought
hip
about it,
surgery, I had to sleep on a steel bench, man. It was cold and it was hot. It was hurting. It hurt. It hurt. It was hurt. I cried that whole night, man. I didn't sleep. And you have to
then
wake
you-
up because people are going to drive by and see you. So we got to get up.
You can't be
We gotta be
seen
up
in
by 6
public
a.m.
Sleeping
Gotta be
anywhere,
up.
that's illegal. So you can't camp anywhere, so you can't buy a tent and go out to the woods because that's illegal.
This is what upsets me also. And don't get me wrong, police officers are doing their job. My brother's a police officer, and I understand what he does. But you got some of these police officers look at you, hey man, you need to get your bum ass out of this town. We'll give you a ride. You know, we don't allow you people here. You people here. Now I'm a different kind of person. You know, they frown on these homeless people. They'll knock down your camps, tear up your tents and everything.
They do.
And then you say, who are you gonna go call? Who are you gonna go call? You can't call the police. They're already there tearing you up. Yeah. I've seen police officers come and tear up people's tents, not bothering them. They're far away from off the road. All you have to say is, hey man, keep it clean. If property owner comes, you have to leave, you have to leave. But right now, yeah. But no, they'll come tear down them tents while you're sleeping, tear them down, period, cut them all open. All right, get out. Yeah.
Most cops-
They kicked me out one time with my motorized scooter, and I was going to charge it across the street, but I was going to wait till the lady told us to go. Cop came and told us, no, you need to go now. My wife had to push me in a motorized scooter, how heavy it is, all the way down the road until a guy from Papa John's Pizza said, man, plug it in here, man. I don't care what the cops say.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh,
She pushed
seriously.
me
Wow.
in the middle of the night.
Yeah, how heavy those things are. Oh,
Yeah.
My
they don't
motorized
push. They
Yeah.
push and then they jerk. Stop pushing her.
Oh my god.
The electric scooters. Yeah.
Police officers just right there just laughing. There's two cops cars there, and they're literally laughing at us. Laughing at us.
No
Yeah,
way.
laughing at us.
That's beside the point.
And
What
you know,
we
that's
got-
what gets me mad. That's when I hate to say it though. Sometimes the old Jesse comes out. The old Jesse was you do not talk to him. Yeah, the old Jesse comes out. I won't say so many bad things. You know, listen here, you so and so pig or what.
Well, I have to say, like hearing you guys talk about this stuff, and like you guys both of you have such amazing personalities, and it's like it really is inspiring to hear.
She
everything
keeps
you guys
me
have gone
alive. She
through.
keeps me alive, and I have
Yeah.
my street knowledge where I know to tell her, look, so here's what you do, in case somebody's trying to bother us, because I'm helpless. You know,
Mm-hmm.
she knows already. She's been with me so long. She knows how to protect us. You know, yeah. It's just
You know, there used to be churches that would help in Wayne County. There's no shelters. There were churches like when it got cold that they used to let people stay in before the pandemic, pre-pandemic.
there was a guy that would buy a
Since
hotel
pandemic-
rent hotels. Yeah.
It's all
Really, since the pandemic, why
Yeah.
is that?
people are scared to
Everybody's
get
changed.
COVID. I
Everybody's
guess I
changed.
don't know.
Everybody's changed, man.
Everybody thinks
Here's-
I almost have COVID.
This is what I've noticed because I'm on the security team for our church. So
Which is a great thing.
which is great, right? But I've noticed that with the church model that we have, it's hard for them to help any homeless people because, you know, like you said, 80% that come up are a little crazy. And so they can be a threat to people that come to church, right? But you guys are not the 80%, right? You're like, there's a 20% that genuinely need help. And so what's frustrating is like, probably frustrating for the church is that they have to send people to the homeless shelter and then the church gives money to the homeless shelter. Because if the church says that if the word gets around that the church is giving out cash,
Yeah.
they're going to get
Yeah.
all...
No. I understand it
Yeah.
completely. I can
No,
understand-
totally. I'm not saying anything
Yeah, yeah.
against you guys. I'm just
No.
talking
And
it
we
out.
understand that though, but yeah, I guess you know it's just what part of church says.
church
You know
is-
what? Let's just give them the benefit of the doubt. That's all we have to give us the benefit. Maybe we will. There's a lot. If you're going to get, there's a lot of churches that give to the shelters in Austin and all that, but you don't want to go down there. I'm telling you. You go there one day. Let's drive down there one day. I'll show you what the difference is about this church,
It's
about
not
this
safe
what
that
the,
way.
where the money's going. You're going to see people in the alley smoking crack, shooting dope, and then they're going to go in there to bed when it's time to go to bed. Yeah,
When we were homeless in Austin for 2.5 years, we never went to a shelter.
yeah. Because
They
we've been
were
robbed.
scared.
We've been robbed once.
Really?
Really, we would sleep either under a tree where we knew it was safe and where police patrolled, or we would stay. In
Yeah, we
some
slept
cheap
where we
Because
know
the,
the cops.
because the
leave.
shelters are that bad.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah.
They were scary.
That's
though.
what I'm saying. Take an
would
experience
never-
through that, man. I
never
understand
go
these churches
downtown.
know that, but if you're giving this money to a shelter, imagine what shelter is doing to that. You know,
Well,
the people. You know,
yeah, I don't think churches do know that.
they don't.
think-
They
I think
don't.
just
They
from-
don't.
I mean, I
and
know-
understand
I
they're
know
doing their
for-
job by sending a check.
Yeah.
But there's a thing called Love Georgetown, where all the churches get together, they go out and help the community, and they actually get to see the community. You know what I'm saying? And they clean up somebody's backyard or something like that. We'll clean up their backyard. We went to a assisted living place. We cleaned up all the porches and all. You know, yeah, we got to see what's going on. Our church got to see. The churches that
Yeah.
participate got to see. But then now they're starting to see all these people, like you said though, the homeless people that are walking through town, talking crazy, talking to people. That what interferes with the people like my wife and I
Yes.
trying to get help. And we
Yes.
tell them, hey man, don't do that, man. You're ruining my day. You know, you're ruining my day.
Yeah.
You know, I'm not trying to go there. I'm not begging. I'm over here begging almost, man. But if somebody wants to help me, man, don't ruin it. Don't ruin it. You know, well, I'd rather have money. Well, that's your problem.
Yeah. Well, and what I was going to say with that too is like the average Christian church goer, it's a lot easier for us to pass off the responsibility to the church of helping the people in need. And then the church passes it off to the homeless shelter. And so it's like, why can't it? I know why, but I'm asking, like, why can't Christians take the money that they're going to tithe to the church, which is going to get split, that's going to get sent to the homeless shelter, which is going to get split, and maybe eventually gets to food for a homeless person?
For one
Why
day.
can't we just go
For 3
right,
meals. That's 3 meals per
go
meal.
right to the source? And like you were saying, buy hotel rooms, buy them groceries, buy gift
Clothing,
cards,
buy me some
clothing,
diapers.
gift
I don't care.
cards, like
We
literally
ask
whatever.
for all that. We don't. There's no word money saying I need money on my.
I've never asked anybody.
Well,
for
I'm saying, like,
money,
I think that's the solution, is
Yeah.
asking, say, hey, we'll pay for what you need. And then the Christian who's trying to do, like, the benevolence, helping people, of using their money in a way that goes directly to people that are in need. And not that churches don't need money to keep their building, that's not what I'm saying, but
Yeah.
I'm saying for the purposes of helping other people, as like the church body, all the people that are Christ followers are a part of, it seems like a better solution is to go straight to the need. But in America, it seems like we'd rather not look at it. We'd rather, like, a lot of us would
Yes.
rather
Yeah.
not
Definitely.
see what's really going on.
Yes.
What you were describing.
I totally agree with that.
I think I think that's what causes the gap, especially for churches, because like you said, like people don't know. I mean, like I say, we're sitting here talking about churches, but I've been a part of the church all my life,
Yeah.
and so I'm just as guilty.
And
like,
I love churches. I love the church I went to a couple weeks ago with this guy to Freedom. I love that place, man. It was awesome.
yeah.
But I've been to churches to where I felt at home, and next thing you know, they're not seeing. You know,
yeah. And I
it's
think,
the elders and all that. They talk, and the pastor is a great guy, but when the pastor is with them, they're the best. I'm not gonna lie to you. And then I'll get an elder like, dude, quit asking Pastor so and so for help, man.
Yeah.
We're not gonna do this anymore. For you.
well, I'm like me.
We're not asking all the time.
not even that.
You're coming to us. Which we're not going to turn down help.
Yeah.
It's not even that. We can show up in a church, not there to ask for anything. Never have asked them. Show up in a church because we want to hear the word.
Yeah. And I'm missing
And
God.
people will like give us dirty looks because they know or think we're homeless.
Yeah.
Oh, they've seen us on the street
And they
before.
shun us already.
Yeah.
So we don't even have an opportunity.
And I hate to say that. That's
go on.
85% of the churches that we've gone to.
Yeah, I feel like, because right now, like literally right now, as I'm sitting here talking to you guys and hearing your story and hearing your perspective, like it moves me. It literally moves my heart. And it makes me feel that compassion that like as a human being should, right? For like another human being. And I think because churches just don't know, they don't know what it's like at a homeless shelter. They don't know what it's like to truly be on the streets because they don't even,
Never have.
they never even have the conversation like this.
Yeah.
And so I think that's the problem, is that there's no real like human connection. It's just like, yeah, the church is just gonna take care of it.
Yeah, it's
You're
just
gonna,
right.
and yeah, like all those people, they're most likely dangerous, so we're just gonna stay away from them.
Yeah,
So
she said the word, though, man. They literally
Yeah.
shun you, man. I'm like, whoa.
Yeah,
So
I'm like,
it's
Hey, how you
really
doing?
is.
Whoopie woo talking. I've seen it happen. Talking whoopie woo. And next thing you go, it's some guy that lives on the streets. He talking
because
to somebody.
they'll recognize us or,
They see you talking to me or
us
something?
walking down the street. It's like,
well, it's very sad.
It's very sad, man.
That gap is
hurtful.
there. That we've created that gap, and I mean, I think
A lot more
we're
people-
super fortunate to
yeah.
be able to talk to you guys and understand.
People need
what
to
it's
get
like.
out,
Yeah.
man. Need to get out and
So
you
we
make your own
appreciate that you
decision.
care.
Make your own decision. Don't give the
Yeah.
money. I mean, I'm not saying not
It's
give
a
you money
lonely
to
world
your
out
church.
there.
You're doing a great thing. God, God's asking you to give money to church, which is good. But see where your money's going. I understand that the church is you want to be the best church you want to be, of course. But see where your money is going. If it's going to the benevolence, you know what I'm saying? Okay, they're just writing a check to Arch, downtown or something. But there's got 30,000 people in there right now, or 10,000, 5,000 people in there, and 300 of them are outside right now smoking dope.
well, it doesn't mean that it actually goes to the.
And you get
People
people
like
in there
us.
favoritism. Shut up! Nah, man, we ain't got nothing. Or they'll separate us. They want to separate you. I'm not gonna be separated from my wife in any shelter. I don't care. I've been married this long. I understand.
How long have you guys been married?
37 years.
7 years.
So what would you say? You guys have been through a lot, obviously.
Yes.
A lot of ups and downs.
I had another
You
lifetime.
said you have 4 kids.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
So can you give like us? We're both young. I'm married for almost 3 years, and can you give the young? What do you think that young people don't understand about a healthy marriage or a long lasting marriage, like what it takes, or what's made your marriage successful?
I don't know.
Patience.
It's not none of it's successful. We've been through tribulation, but yeah, but we've always come through. Of course, 37
You
years.
stayed together.
Yeah,
That's
yeah, 37.
successful to me.
There's no perfect marriage. It's going to be
Yeah,
ups and
I
downs.
guess I don't. I can't. I can't live without her.
It's a
I'm not gonna say that,
commitment
but I
you
just yeah. We have our ups and downs, but at the end of the day, or end of the conversation, babe, babe, just keep it going, and I think my kids have seen this. And I said, Dad, I envy you, and there's times I envy you because you and Mom have gone through a lot. I really thought, you've left for days. Mom took care of us. But Mom brought you. Mom said you can come back with your woo and all that. Y'all got it straightened out. Yeah. You're doing something right, Dad. What's love?
It's a different time period.
Yeah.
We're old school.
I'm from the street. I lived living in I've been from home to home. My mom separated from my father when I was 4 years old, 5 years old. At 7 years old, turning 8 years old, on my brother's birthday, my dad's murdered. I'm 8 years old, and I lived with my grandmother, my aunt, and I grew up all the way through high school until my mother. We found my mother again, and I forgave her. I loved her, and my mom, my best friend. I missed her every day, man. Every day she lived here in this place. I went to her every day. If I didn't have the money to go get her something, she knew, mijo, can I give you a pineapple drink and those taquitos? She loved those. She lived in the nursery. So I'll be there, Mom. I'll be right there. Just give me some time. I'll be right there. I will bring it, But yeah, we lived in that situation, and
You start trusting.
I know I am, but I don't know. It's just hard. It's not hard, but
We were raised where I was raised where when you get married, you're making this, I don't know what the word, oath in front of God.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And even in the Bible, it says if you get a divorce, you're making somebody commit adultery, if you remarry or whatnot. So I was taught it's death do you part.
Yeah.
And good or bad.
And that's
So
why
you
we've been
made that
together, man.
decision. But nowadays, people get married and divorced 5 or 6 times.
Yeah, that oath is
I
meaning less
don't
and
know.
less.
Man, that's a good question. I don't
Yes,
understand why. What's up?
No, because
I don't understand why. I mean, it doesn't work. There's just so much things happening in this world now.
I think a big part of it is technology.
Yeah.
All
Yeah.
the scrolling, you're seeing everybody else's life, constantly comparing yourself. And I don't know.
it's different times.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, I mean, I compare myself. Me and my 2 brothers. We've all been married over 30 years and still going.
No, there's no divorce.
We were raised in Kerrville, Texas. When my dad passed away, like I said, I guess we were raised with yes sir, no sir, no ma'am, no ma'am. And my brothers have been with their wives forever too. So I guess it's just a genetic thing. I guess my dad told us, "Don't you ever let go of that woman," or something, whatever.
Yeah. Well, I think it does seem like in your guys' time, I guess, commitment was more of it meant more.
Yes.
Commitment now is kind of just, I'll commit for however long I feel like committing.
Yeah.
Well, that's when you say don't get married.
Part of our faith.
You should go. Now I always advise. So if somebody actually, hey man, I want to get married. What do I do? I mean, I love her. Man, you know what you need to do first? This is my honest truth. I say, you know what you need to do first? I hate to tell you this, man. Go to church first. Go to church. If you don't go to church, I'll go to church. Find your spirit, man. Find God and everything, man. And you start praying about it. God says it's yours. It's yours. Bring her to church with you. From here on, it's like, And I told my son that, and he's still married. I said, man, I'm going to get married. I'll tell you what, man, just find God first, but find God before you do this. Yeah. And it's I don't understand
I
why.
guess they were old school.
Well,
Now
you have
that's-
4 kids too
Yeah.
that are all very successful.
Yes.
They've done well
Yes.
too.
That right there, like I said, that's from another lifetime because they saw what I did, and they vowed to not go through that. So, and they put their promise in, and they told us, just back us up, Dad. All right, I got you back all the time.
No, I always worked hard. I worked hard the whole time that
Yeah.
they were growing up, so they kind of knew.
I mean, Mom, we didn't make a lot of money. She was on one income, with whatever, too, and my daughter
Having
needed
4
something
kids
from
don't
school
ever
or something. Like
stretch.
that.
But
Yeah.
We'll give her our last $5 for gas or something. We'll go eat. Sorry, we'll find something to eat. We don't tell her that because that's not our job. It's not their job to help me. I mean, they want to. That's fine. I just don't want my kids helping me when they have their own families to take care of. And I understand everybody else does too. But it's just, I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know. I wasn't raised for my daughter to take care of me, you know.
Yeah.
I mean, I'd rather live on the street. I mean, which, you know, I have to.
But your marriage has got to be Christ-based anymore
I think, yeah. And it got
to make
stronger.
it work.
It got stronger when I
Whereas,
went to start going to church again.
Nice.
Right
Yeah,
before.
we've had some pretty hard years.
Yeah. It got
Yeah.
stronger though. Right before I got my amputation, I was going to church every Sunday for like 2
We
years.
started
straight.
going to church when
Yeah.
marriage started again.
And then I finally told my friend, hey man, I want to be baptized. And I got baptized right there at the church, and it felt great, man. And I understood a lot of things now. I understood a lot of things. A couple of people call, say, hey man, we don't want that you bring back your background check, but I've got a bunch of students here at my, my Sunday class where you want to talk to them, about, tell them, give them your testimony if you don't mind. Sure. And they'll ask me questions like, hey dude, did you do it? Hey man, you're better off just sitting right there and listening to God, man. If you want to go that way, hey brother, it's going to be tough road coming back up. Yeah. Been there, done that.
What was it about church that you felt like helped your marriage?
We got closer to God. We prayed. Praying. I've got great verses now. I mean, I've learned great verses. 1 Corinthians 10:13 is my favorite verse out of the whole Bible. And stuff like that. It just,
I think it's harder if one's a Christian and one's not. Because I know he went to church up and on through his childhood, I'm assuming. But I come from a German, hardcore,
That's what's
strictest religion
They wonder why we're
you
together.
can ever imagine.
Really?
You went to church twice a week. I mean, my grandmother, you went to visit her, you couldn't watch TV. You were taught hard work in church. That's it.
Yeah.
And I love every bit of what they did about me. I saw it firsthand, like, oh man,
But
I gotta
he
go back home.
wasn't quite
I gotta get back to the
there
city.
yet.
I gotta get back to the city, man. Yeah.
But I fell away, as we do, we drift. And I got back, and he went back, he got into it, and then I came back in.
Wow. Okay. Yeah.
So our marriage has other ways.
I'll say
More or less
what,
the
36
same,
years, 36 years, I think what church has helped us maybe 30 years out of that. I mean, not helped us, but church has got us mentally helped. I mean, we've been going to different churches. We'll go to different churches. We even had churches for the homeless outside, man. That's where our church was at,
Bible
outside the
studies,
homeless.
Yeah.
Or church on the beach, when we used to live on the beach.
yeah.
We used to have a bunch of bums. They'd be drinking beer, but we'd have in church. Hey, we're talking to God. Yeah, we're talking to God,
Yes.
Yeah,
That's something that we've been talking about a lot lately, is the power in community. And that's what church hopefully should be able to offer. And we talk a lot about how you can experience that community in that church, not just in the building, but really anywhere that believers gather and they're fellowshipping, talking to God, praying for one another, right?
Really.
Do you feel like, were there, in the time that you were going to church, were there people that you really connected with, or?
I met some good friends. There's a good friend, matter of fact, he's in Malaysia now with his family doing mission work. He became a great friend of mine. He knew the struggles that I was going through, okay? And he had it to where God, man, his sons also, and his little kids, they would come to our house, they'd pick me up, go make me a smoothie. He just wants to talk about life. Tell me what's going on this week, Jesse. What's your problem this week? Come on, is there any problem? I can see it in you, Jesse. And I would just talk to him, People would talk. This guy would talk to me all the time, man. I mean, this guy became real close to me from church. Yeah. There's a couple of them that really want to touch your heart. They're not going to bring God to you unless you ask for it. Like with one guy, that's how I met this guy I got to church. We talked in the coffee shop all the time. And then I said, hey man, I'll go to church one time. And I loved it. Went to church again. And I finally said, hey man, we're sitting at that coffee shop. I go, how do I bring God in my life? And then that's when I wanted to be saved. And I did it right there in that coffee shop.
Wow.
And, and they kept in touch with me. Matter of fact, the guy he's in Malaysia, he'll try to get a hold of me at times through Messenger or whatever. He'll still pray for me. His kid was only 5 years old, Quinn, right? 6 years old at the time. He goes, hey, Quinn, they were in the bag when we're going to church. Jesse's going to the doctor or something this week. Can you do a prayer before we go there? He goes, everybody bow your head except for you, Dad, you're driving. Yeah. And he literally, man, 5-year-old kid, man, I've never seen that in my life. Spoke to God. God's words came out of his mouth, man. Not a hesitation about what he was going to say. Bam. That touched the heck out of me. And I looked at Shelley and I said, Jared, did your son just pray? Yeah. He goes, yeah. He tells him to pray every day, but God comes to him. And then Quinn, I told Quinn, you're a beautiful boy. You're a beautiful young man. Thank you, Quinn. He goes, yes, sir. I mean, the guy came out talking like he was not stuttering about what he was going to say. Man. About a 2-minute prayer. I'm like, Miss Shelley, Miss Jesse, Mr. Jesse, Miss Shelley, please, And it brought me to tears like, wow, man, why am I not doing this when the 5-year-old can do it?
Yeah.
Come on, man, this world, if a 5-year-old can do it, man, anybody can touch God, communicate with God.
That's powerful.
Yeah, man, the guy, but that's the guy that, he kept in touch with me.
Yeah.
He kept me in line. I had to see him leave, but he heard a lot of my problems. And, I tried to ask for other help from other people by talking. Yeah, we'll come down there. Well, we only got 15 minutes. Okay. You know what? I'm just going to go ahead and I'll see you Sunday. I don't know.
But once he started getting sick,
But now I do a lot of meditating for myself, man. I'll turn on. I'm like, this is my speak with God. I talk to him streetwise. Hey, dude, what's up? What's up, dude?
Yeah.
What do you want me to do? Okay, here's some Pandora. Let's play some classic rock. Let's talk. And I'll have it low, but I'll talk to God.
I love that. I love that. Yeah.
That's my way of talking to God.
Yeah.
So you turn that down. Or people look at me. There's a lot of people say, man, that's not the way you talk to God. How do you know? How do you know? I wake up in the middle of the night at 2:30 in the morning, can't sleep. Hey, he's telling me, hey, let's talk. Let's talk.
Yeah.
Like, okay, I got time for you every day, but now you got no time. You got time? Let's do it. Talk. That's the way I feel he's telling me.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. Okay, dude, you got me.
I'm right there with you.
Yeah.
I mean, we're right there with you.
Yeah.
I think God cares much more about being relational with you than the way you're relational with him.
Yeah.
Yes.
We focused on so much of how you should talk to God and all this stuff instead of actually just talking to God.
Yeah.
He just wants to talk with you.
Yeah. And that's my favorite word. He knows it. God knows it because he's got my beautiful father and my mother up there. And they're probably telling me that just excusing me. He's the only one that's always saying, dude. I'm like, dude, can you please help me? Please, but I said, God.
He'll be recognized when he gets to the
when I get up there, oh man, that's this guy. I'm hoping. All right, get in. But I've got, this time, but when I'm really hurting, wondering what's going on, I'll be like, Lord, this is me, sir. I'm sorry, I'm not talking to you the way I want to. But I need your help, God. I mean, God needs to do it. Tell me what to do. Give me a sign. Show me something to do.
God puts angels in your path.
Yeah. And I mean, I want to know why sign I got. Should have been dead twice already. With the legs of this hand, I'm sick in a wheelchair. Why? I mean, I questioned God the day I woke up with these legs gone. I questioned that man. So what the hell did you just do to me, man? Yeah. Excuse my language. I'm sorry.
No, it's
And I started throwing things in the room and all that. Yeah, it's just. And I realized, what? My friend that went to Malaysia goes, dude, why are you questioning God, man? All he's doing is he's setting you up for something great. Well, hurry up! I'm losing limbs. Well, I'm losing limbs. I'm getting sick. But there's a reason for it out there. Maybe there's a guy that will walk out one day and say, "Hey, man, he's got a gun to his head." I go, "Man, dude, you got a better life than that." I don't know.
Maybe someone
I don't
will see
know.
this podcast.
Maybe you'll call me one night. Hey,
and
man, what do I do when I first get my
it's all
kid?
about.
Hey, you better teach him God first before you.
Well, I would say just the fact that you guys were able to talk to that 17-year-old guy saying, hey, you need to get out of here.
Yeah.
That's the way God's using you.
Yeah.
We're not out.
And I wasn't praying at the time doing all that.
Exactly. He was just working through you.
Yeah.
And you could have, him hearing that from you could have changed his life and you don't even know it.
Yeah.
It could have. Or several other people y'all have talked to that God could be working through you without you even realizing.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Definitely. And I feel that though, but I don't. I don't want to take it into like, all right, that was God. Yeah.
Sure.
That's me
Yeah,
speaking
I
to you,
do.
man, but God was telling me the words. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's me talking to you, man, but I'm telling you right now, man, God's the one listening, telling me to tell you this, man, so you better. All I can say is, man, you know, just,
God has us here for a reason.
yeah, ask for salvation, man. Ask for it, brother.
Yeah.
You'll get it, man. It might change your life, it may not, but I'm going to tell you right now, God's going to say, all right, I got you. You know, I got you. So I look at it right now, he got me. He
Yeah.
got me, but man, I'm hurting, dude. You know? But hey, man, there's other people in worse spots, you know, but still, you know, I'm in
Yeah.
pain. I'm wondering, I keep wondering, and I still wonder why am I alive? Why am I? There's times I just don't want it. One day I was so sick, and she had to go to work, and I got up at 2:30 in the morning, and I was going to the bathroom every 20 minutes, sick. She was cleaning the bathroom, cleaning the beds on. I cried so much in that bedroom. I was yelling, come get me now, God. I'm ready to go. I'm ready to go, God. I'm ready to go. I'm ready to go. Come get me now. That's it. I'm done. I'm ready to go. I'm not going to kill myself. I want you just to take me now somehow. You want to push me out in the middle of the road? Go ahead. Do it. I'm ready to go. Yeah, I'm ready to go. And my friend again, shut up. You know, quit saying that. I understand what you're saying, but man, come on, man. Yeah, your wife went through a lot that day. I go, yeah, because I'm tired of seeing my wife go through it. That's why I'm ready to go. Maybe she can live her life now. You know, do what she wants. You know, do what she wants. But you know, I'm tired of seeing her do all that. She still doesn't. But we still together, though, man. You know? I don't know.
And I mean, that is truly amazing.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
Well, and you said it earlier, Shelley. You said that when you saw that he got his legs amputated, you said, "Don't worry, like I got you."
Yeah, she said that.
And I think that's a key.
She
to
told me she was. I'm
marriage.
gonna tell you right now, baby. And I
The way
was
it's
crying.
supposed to be.
And I
It's
go,
that-
babe,
One holds up the
we were
other.
hungry
Yes.
that day and doing all this, and we were in the house at the time, you know. And I go, what are we gonna do? And she came out saying, don't worry, I got you. And I didn't take advantage of it, but I took it as, all right, that's love right there. You know,
Yes.
that's love.
It's not easy.
No.
That's love.
But-
Yeah.
but-
She's gonna. I'm gonna regret it though. But that's love.
That's your
She go, here's your
commitment.
daggum hamburger or something. But no,
No.
but she wouldn't do that. But yeah, she would make, you know,
Doesn't mean it's
the little
easy.
bit of dollars
Let me tell
last
you,
for 3 or
life
4
has
days in the
gotten
kitchen.
really hard since he's been sick. I'm not even gonna lie. There's days
She's
I
pushed me
cry.
probably over 500 miles
Yeah.
already in this wheelchair.
Yeah.
Literally. In this
I'm in
wheelchair.
pretty good
Pushing
shape
you
for a woman
around.
my
Yeah.
age.
She pushed me from here to downtown.
Just think.
I pushed
Just think
him
about that.
from
500
Round Rock to
miles.
here.
I literally say it's about
Really?
500 miles since the
Yeah.
day I got in my, probably more than that. I don't know.
Yeah.
I've been pushed in a wheelchair all around Georgetown. I've been pushed in a wheelchair into
pushed
Round Rock where I
around.
saw you. Yeah, stuff like that.
Wow.
Yeah. She pushed me everywhere. Everybody.
You
Yeah.
don't have a choice. You do what you gotta do.
Yeah.
And the wheelchair's falling apart any day. It's gonna just fall on me when I'm driving, and I cry about that too, because not that I'm gonna get hurt. It's just what's she gonna do now? You know what are we gonna do? I'm sitting on the sidewalk. I'm sitting on the sidewalk with a broken wheelchair,
Yeah. That's,
and the majority of people drive by. You probably get maybe 1 out of 100 people drive by and say, "Hey man, you need help."
you won't even get that.
If you get that, one person was giving us help, and they were blowing the horn because they were taking too long.
For you to get to them.
Yeah, for them to get to me, they were giving me a blanket, and the car behind us honking all along. Don't give them it, you know. They didn't even know each other. Yeah.
So I have to say, he had an electric scooter before he played Daredevil, and it broke, and he put on Facebook something about if somebody knew anybody that would fix it or whatnot, and
Somebody
we
came
wanted to
along.
know how cheaply, and somebody volunteered and came and fixed it for free.
Oh, that's really
Yeah,
cool.
and then I did it for a while, rode it for a while, and everything. Like I
Right,
said, I
because
fell off of it once, and of course I go too fast, and I'm already blind. I don't know why I'm doing it. It's just I'm Jesse.
It was a little bit easier.
I'm Jesse, man. I'm Jesse.
You know.
Daredevil.
Yeah, I'm Jesse.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
when I see that curve, yeah, 2 words come out. Oh, shit. Boom, man, I go on the ground.
And that's how you hurt your hip, right?
No, I got off of
Yeah.
it, and then I went to HEB, but I was still
Yeah,
hurt.
he did
I got
twice.
hurt. Matter of fact, I fell off of it about 3 days
Before that.
before the big one. And then we went to HEB, so I said, I'm going to jump in the HEB one because it's more comfortable.
Yeah.
And then I'm coming out and to get to my scooter, and I went over the curb. I thought it was a ramp. I went over the curb
Fast.
and landed on top of it, the HEB scooter. So I got in my other scooter. I couldn't drive it. I drove it from there to about 100 yards, and that, and on my knees. And I just fell crying because it was hurting so bad. And Never got on it again, man. Plus, we parked it to when I was in the hospital. Parked it. People say, "Yeah, you can park over here on the side building. It'll be okay." It got stolen.
Oh my
Not
god.
that he would get on it anymore.
Yeah, I was so
He,
paranoid.
he won't even get on the HEBs
Yeah,
anymore. He's
I'm
scared.
paranoid of scooters, but the point is, at one point, I'm going to have to get back on it because this is going to fall. She's tired already. She's been sick so many times. She was real sick the other day in the hospital. And all that. She had to leave. She came out and she was like, "Who's going to push you?" I go, "I don't care. I'll sit here and go to the bathroom all day. I don't care." No. She said, "No, somebody's got to push you. You got to go somewhere. You
Can't
got to go
afford to
there."
be sick.
Well, it seems like if there is there anything else you guys want to talk about before we wrap up? Because it just seems like you guys are in a place where it's like if someone's listening to this and they want to help, you're trying to get into a place.
Yeah.
And
That's
if you
correct.
get into a place, then you can get help. And
All
she
we
can get a job.
need is
And I
that
can
foot
get a
in one
job,
door into
definitely.
a small home, help to get in, and my wife will do the rest.
Oh, no
Yeah.
doubt.
You're
I
not
love to
you're not gonna
work.
call me. We're not gonna call you every month. We need $1,000 or whatever. We just need that little help to where somebody can say, "Hey, give somebody the benefit of the doubt, man." And I understand there's a lot of people out there that don't want to do this, but there's somebody that God's can touch their soul, man, and say, "Hey, man, give them
Yeah.
a shot." That's all we want is a place to call, not home,
Help
but
us get this shot, then you'll never have to see us on the streets again.
yeah.
And that would
then
make
there's the
people happy.
And these people want us off the street, don't want us around. Well, do something with your church or somebody. Just try to get them off the street.
Help us find a place.
If we get off the streets, hey
any
man,
place.
we're happier than you, but you're probably happier than us because you don't see us anymore. But you don't know how much happiness that we got because we
Yeah.
can actually have my granddaughter come over again, my grandson come over again.
Because
spend the night.
honestly,
My granddaughter.
I cry every time I have to go out there to play. I do. I cry. And have to pray so hard to do it. So, I mean, it's not easy.
No,
For
it's
some
not.
of us.
Like I said, it's tough,
Me.
man. Like if anybody's out there listening, my time's almost up here, man, and
But-
I'm not waiting on somebody to help me. But I'm just. We have to do what I got to do before that. But
You guys are probably one of the two toughest people I've ever met.
I'm gonna tell you right now, man.
Seriously.
Tough or crazy, right?
We've been through it. I'm not gonna lie, man. I mean, we ain't even got into my other life. It's hard to talk about because there's a lot of drug addiction involved. I overcame all that. Overcame a lot of stealing. I overcame shoplifting. I overcame stealing dealer trucks. I used to go inside a dealer trailer and just take all the clothes out and steal it. I knew how to do all that. I can do that right now, but I'm not going that path again. That's what I'm trying to say, people.
Well, it
You know what I'm
might be
saying?
a little
I
hard.
don't want to live that life again. If I do that one time to get us into a place, I'm not going to do that. That's not my choice anymore. I don't want to make that choice anymore. I can. You know what I'm saying? I can. But I'm not with no legs, but I know how to tell somebody to do it, but I'm not going to do that because that's not the way God told me to do this when I
And that's why
found
we
him
ask for
again. You know what I'm
help.
saying?
Yeah.
When I got rid of that stuff.
That's
all
it.
that,
If we could be like half the homeless people that don't ask for help. They do go steal for their food or whatever they want. Me, I ask.
Yeah, that's true.
And
Yeah.
I'm not comfortable asking straight to people, like, or going to churches. He does that. But I'll sit there and hold a sign asking for food. Because I'm not really asking you. If you want to help, you can. If you don't, okay, But I'd
Just-
rather do that than...
Just put it in your mind when you
okay.
see 1,000 people driving by you every day. I hope at least 5 people realize, man, we need to do something about this homelessness with the church. Let's get talking. And I've had maybe 2 people the whole time, maybe 2, the same people. Because, man, I wish I could help with this homelessness, man. I don't have a lot, I mean, I can supply you with a hot meal once or twice a week.
Yeah.
Heck yeah.
If even a quarter from every car that would drive by, I would think that
A
if
quarter?
every one of you all gave me a quarter, I could live in one of these expensive apartments that y'all are living in,
Just
and
to
get
get me
back
off.
on my feet.
You have to get me off my feet.
You
yeah.
know, I mean,
We're not asking you to do it while we have a home. We don't have
Just-
that's not our right to do that. That's not the way
Yeah,
God told. God's telling you, look, we got you a home. I got you a home, dude. Keep away from the streets. Yeah, but don't forget where you come from.
Yeah.
But keep away from the streets.
Yeah.
You don't need to go to get your home and also now you want to go ask for this and that. No, that's not the way it works, buddy.
Yeah.
That's what God's telling me.
Yeah.
And that's why he's telling me right now, that's not the way it works, man. You're not going back to your old life to do that. This work it. Let's work it. And it's tough, man. We cry. I cry. We cry. I get upset.
I cried because a lot of the clients, I worked 8 years in a spa.
See her.
So a lot of the rich people in town, the lawyers, judges, they know me.
Really?
And
Yeah.
then every
say,
once
"Hey,
in a
Shelley,
while,
what,
I run
downtown?"
across them flying a sign, and it breaks my heart because I'm so embarrassed. You know, I mean,
Yeah.
it's crazy.
And you think that they would try to help you?
Oh no, they
do.
want to help. They want to
do.
help.
The ones
But the
that
point
know
is,
me, they will. They have no
but the point is,
problem.
it hurts
Yeah,
her so
but-
much seeing her when
Yeah.
she was the one helping them at
I
work.
can imagine it.
Yeah.
Because that was my job.
And Shelley was
To
never that
pamper
kind of
people
person
and
to ask
help
for
them.
anything. So it's
Whatever
no,
they
no, we
wanted.
want to help. Sometimes they'll leave money sitting under her bag.
Leave it on my bag.
Yeah.
You know,
They
so I
don't-
won't
we'll
be
never know who it came
embarrassed.
from, you know.
But,
Wow.
you know.
It's just
What it
yeah.
is.
It's just yeah. We can do another cast if we want to, man. I mean, I can go deep into my
We're not
lifetime, man.
going deep. That's
You know,
not
but we
deep
don't want
enough.
to do all that, brother. Yeah.
We can save it for another one.
Yeah.
Down the road,
Yeah, we can definitely do
Run
that.
another-
But like I said, like you asked that question though, if anybody wants to try to help, man, I had no problem. I'm not, I'm not going to refuse
Of
it. I'm sorry to
anything.
say that. I'm not going to refuse it because I'm in need of it.
Yeah.
You know,
Cash,
I'm in
because
need.
I have to buy his.
You know, if you want to know the
Medicine
name
that
of this
Medicaid
hotel,
don't
you can call
cover.
this hotel and do it. You know, you don't have to give me nothing. You can pick up the phone and call the hotel.
Yeah.
I don't care.
Yeah, but besides housing and food, I have to buy medicine that Medicaid don't cover. I have to buy Depends on a
Pull-ups.
weekly basis. He goes through two
I got to wear
bags
pads
a
on the
week.
bed if I'm having a bad
That's-
day.
20 or 30 bucks a week I just spend on that Depends alone.
Yeah.
So I mean, it's
Well,
not like
we-
we're out here for fun.
So we
Yes.
helped you. We helped you set up a Cash App, right? So we'll have the Cash App linked, and then we'll also, if you want to help, get in contact with us, and then we'll contact them. Like we'll connect you guys.
Right.
So that way you don't have to put your phone number out there.
Yeah.
And then if they can help you pay for a hotel or all the things you just mentioned,
Yeah.
then we'll connect them with you.
Yes.
Because especially, hopefully that, I don't know what the situation with this is with the room that you're trying to rent. Hopefully that goes through.
Yeah, we're hoping so too, but right now it's not looking good.
It's not looking good?
No, not looking good, and
yeah.
and that makes her cry because come Wednesday we got. Where we gonna put all this stuff now, man? We were already paying. We put.
I'm not worried about that. I'm
Yeah,
not worried about
but the
it.
point is we lose a lot of stuff. We've gone through 30 jackets. This one right here is cool because I love it.
Actually, no, that's about the first one he's had.
Yeah, I've gone through 30 jackets, 500 umbrellas, stuff like that.
Because
We
you
just-
you can't carry it around.
No.
Yeah.
Like whatever I can fit, it's probably.
Yeah, and it's
3
hard for her
bags
because
is
she's
what
got
I
3
can
bags
carry.
and a
Because I
backpack
can't
and pushing
push
me.
him, and he can't carry nothing.
And I can't help her
But,
wheel like I
you
used to.
We do what we can
Yeah.
do. That's we do what we can do until.
But all we're doing is
God
putting it in
finds a
God's
place
hands, putting it in
for
God's
us.
hands. I don't know if it's through Wednesday or Tuesday, but we're just putting it in God's hands, man.
Well, thank you so much, you guys, for
No problem,
sharing
guys.
with
Thank
us.
No, I
you for
love you
talking
guys,
to
man.
us.
I love you guys, man. I love you guys, man.
Yeah. And who knows? I mean, like we were saying earlier, who could watch this and be inspired by you guys?
We don't have a ton of
I'm
viewers
I'm
right now.
inspired. Yeah.
We don't have a ton of
You know
viewers right
what?
now, but maybe
Yeah.
God's got
Yeah.
you.
Yeah.
Always remember that God has got
that's
you.
true.
Yeah.
He's got his
Every-
hand on it.
It says it in the Bible.
Yes,
Says
he
it,
does.
in the-
That's
it
right.
says to ask for angels and he will send them.
Come on.
I asked for
My
angels.
wife,
Look
and
what he
don't get me
sent
wrong,
me.
I believe,
I'm not even gonna lie on that
I
one.
believe in my Lord and Savior all the way, okay? But anything that happens, oh man, look what this angel gave me. Dang, man, why you see angels? I can't see them. But she's saying
Yeah.
Because I
it's God's
prayed,
work
I
came
prayed.
through.
And I asked,
And that's what she-
asked him on
and that
bad
helps me a
days
lot
that
to live,
we're
man.
having trouble. When we're having real trouble, like even to eat that day, I'll say, please.
And it
God
happens,
send me
man.
an
It
angel.
happens. I mean, at 95% it happens. There's a hamburger. One day I said, man, I would mind some fried chicken. I'm not lying. Lady brought us a box of chicken.
Really?
Right, Shelley? I go, I'm craving fried. I got fried chicken that
Every time
day.
he asks for something, it appears.
Yeah.
The day
It's
we
so
met you,
crazy, man. I mean,
we
those stories,
hadn't
you're
made
kind of working
anything.
through some people,
No
but
money
it's so
to eat
crazy.
that day.
Zero.
Zero money that day when we met you. And
None, yeah.
We were leaving. That's when you stopped us. We were leaving to try to find another spot to try. And I asked God, please, you've got to send us an angel today. And we're walking down the road, and you show up.
That's
So
crazy.
if you don't believe in angels and God,
Oh, we believe in angels, man. We
the
believe
strength
in.
of prayer.
There
is-
was a lady walking one time too, and Round Rock walking. She was like, "Oh, I'll help you pay your hotel room." She went to the hotel. She got an Uber for us. Got us an Uber and everything, a wheelchair Uber and all that. She paid for our room for a couple of nights. All right, talk to y'all later. Never heard from her again. Never seen her again. Period.
Wow.
She had to be.
She was an
in her
angel and literally
80s.
walked up to us and helped us.
Said her family
I
dropped
believe
her
that.
off in the middle of the parking lot of
Yeah.
the Kia.
She goes, I was going to
She
go.
was just
yeah.
walking.
She goes, my son dropped me
I
off.
was
I
like,
was
man,
going to go
that's
eat at B. Terry's
Oh,
or something.
BJ. She was
BJ's
wanting to know
Brew
how
House.
far it was to walk, and that was quite a ways from my
But she
Kia.
said her son dropped her off right there in the parking lot. And she was,
Just-
She said that her son dropped her off in the parking lot, and she
She
was
was-
trying to get somewhere. She just so happened to run into you guys.
Yes.
Yes.
Buy you 3 nights in a hotel
forgot
room.
about what she was asking about. That's what's so strange.
And took him to the store and bought him, because it was cold.
Bought me
and
gloves, bought me a hat, a jacket, bought her something.
And she was like in her 70s or 80s?
She had
I
to
would
be
say 80s. at
80s.
What?
And then hopped in an Uber and disappeared, and we never seen her again.
Gave us a phone number, didn't exist or nothing.
Yeah, she gave us her phone number.
And if anybody wants to know anything talking about anything, man, we are witnesses of that, man.
Because
Well,
what
I mean,
son
it's
would
just-
drop
it's
their
gotta be-
80-year-old mother in the middle of
parking
a
lot.
Kia parking lot? She
Want to go
wasn't
to
even
brewery?
going
Want to go to a
Kia.
restaurant that's 4.5 miles
That
away?
is insane.
Yeah.
That's insane.
Wow.
We've seen it all, brother. We've seen it all, man. We've seen it all, man. It's just we got to keep believing, though, man.
Yeah.
It's tough, though. It's tough.
It's like those moments are like little nuggets. They just keep you going. They keep you going, right? They give you a little,
Yeah.
enough encouragement, enough,
Give us faith in humanity.
enough
to-
faith, right? Just to keep going
Yeah.
a few more days. Wow.
And I guess what we ask God, give me another day. Now, maybe before, like I said, I used to pray, man, just come give me. Now I'm saying, man, God, just please give me another day. I mean, that's all I'm asking. I know tomorrow's not promised, but I will be blessed and wake up and say thank you. Yeah. But, there's times we got to pray, and sometimes I don't sleep at night because I'm like, damn, excuse my language, damn, where are we going to go tomorrow?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's tough. Where's Shelley going to push me? It's going to be tough. We're about to lose some stuff because she can't carry all this.
Here's what it is.
That's why when people tell us something, about this house situation going on, I'm not going to mention their name either. They want to start not ignoring me now and say, well, we got to pay for this, you got to pay for okay, now you're asking me to pay all your bills in your home and your back home, in your guest house. No, I'm not doing that.
God's got a
We
plan.
can't do it. We can't afford it. But that way, we can't even.
gotta
If
be
I want to, I
patient.
couldn't give it to you. I don't have
Patience. Something's gonna happen.
it. It'll happen, man. It'll happen.
We
People
can't
out there
keep us
listening.
around for nothing, right?
Well, thank you for your vulnerability. Thank you for sharing.
Thank you,
I really
Jason.
think this is.
Zach, right? Zach.
Yes, sir. Yeah.
I really think
Yeah.
this is
Yes,
gonna
sir.
help a lot of people see with the new eyes. This.
Oh, 100%.
Yeah.
Yes. I mean, how often
hope
does a
so.
conversation like this take place? Like I've never been able to have a conversation like this.
But you see,
It's
that's
truly.
don't get me wrong. You were raised a good person from your parents and all that, right? Or, I mean, in other words, you didn't have to see all that when you were growing up. Or
No,
had to
yeah,
do it.
yeah, right.
And it's very cool though when you find out stuff and you start. Now you've seen some part of
Yes.
it. You know what I'm saying? I understand a little bit of it now. That's what you're saying.
Yes.
Yeah. It opens your mind up. Okay.
Yeah, lets you see things in in a new light, in another perspective.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All we
And-
ask is for a chance, man. Don't. Not you. I'm talking about. Don't down us down.
Yeah.
Don't look at us down, man. We were successful at whatnot, with jobs and stuff like that.
from really good
I've probably,
families, and this
I've
is
probably served you
really
briskets one day because that's all I used to do is cook briskets. You never know. Oh, that's the guy. Now they know him as those were two bums walking through the street.
Yeah.
Don't do that to me. Don't do that to me. My wife has probably got a better education. I hate to say that sometimes. My wife's probably got a better education than you're doing at work. I'm serious. Yeah. My wife's got a
my
great
God,
education. She's got a great home.
Yeah, I just.
She was a
y'all showed us
bookkeeper
so
for the
much
corporation of
niceness
sales,
and
jewelry
humanity,
store, stuff
where
like that.
a lot of people, the majority of the people, don't. You know.
They don't
And
know
we
her
appreciate
actual
that.
background as her. Just give her a chance
Just-
one time. Give her a job. I guarantee
Just
you're
treat
gonna want to keep.
everybody like equals, and
Exactly.
there
Yeah.
might not be so much homelessness.
Yeah.
That's
But we appreciate you guys.
So
Yes,
Shelley, just real
absolutely.
quick, what jobs are? So you said you spa, right? Bookkeeping, like.
I've done bookkeeping. Then what do you call it? Spa coordinators. I've worked at Walmart. I've been department managers. I've helped build houses, but I'm kind of old
she's
for
been
that
a
right
book-
now.
she was a-
Yeah, I
was a
can't do
book-
that
yeah.
much anymore.
Zales, she was a bookkeeper.
I was a
over all
bookkeeper with
Zales,
sales,
Zales,
customer store manager for a service merchant. I mean,
So
I have done
yeah,
everything.
you've done a lot. Yeah.
And then she
I've done
actually
convenience
has
store,
she
yeah.
has gone to the point where she said, "I got you." She actually went out there to help people build homes, construction, dig holes.
I did.
She was on top of a roof putting a roofing.
No way, really.
I have I have done everything, and I grew up on a farm, so I know how to do all that stuff. But I'm too old for that now. But I would pick any job. Do
Make
anything.
readies, yeah, make
I've
readies,
done
cleaning houses.
nurses' aides. I've worked in nursing homes. I mean, I've done everything. I just
We need
I'm not
that
certified
foot in the
in
door,
it.
though.
Yeah, but I
That's
was
all.
gonna say the biggest thing is getting the primary residence.
Yeah.
Because you can't apply. Well, you need that to have someone come.
I
take
guarantee
care
you
of
go apply. She go apply 5 places in one of these top places in this town. I guarantee you 3 are going to call her and say, "Come on." I guarantee
yeah.
that.
yeah, I
guarantee
got
that.
jobs waiting.
Yeah,
That
yeah,
But you need someone to take care of.
Yeah.
Jesse.
She's got a job for this
Right.
school district with a friend of ours that
They
knows
said
us
they
from
would
there.
give me a
She goes, "You go
job,
get you in a home. I retire in June. I will have you in a school as a custodian before. When you get the application done, your job's already on or starting next day. That's how
wow.
fast you get on. Yeah." We'll pay you great. We'll put you as a crossing guard, whatever, a custodian, whatever.
Yeah.
And he runs all the schools in the district. He oversees all the custodians and crossing guards and all that. And his wife's a great friend that we met through church. I mean, through walking and stuff like that. And they said, yeah, my husband says, man, he's serious.
Well, I got great references being
Yeah.
as I was in the
That's
small
another thing.
business for 8
You-
years.
you don't have to worry
I got
about
lots of
references. If you're gonna
business
have to reference-
owners love me.
If they're going to say, well, if your references come through, you got a job. Well, hell, we got a job.
I do. I got my the one that had the first business, and I have the one that's sold it to the second business. I got that.
Oh, yeah.
So I collected references just in that one job.
Yeah.
Yes.
Well, I don't want to take up too much more of y'all's.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm going to take my medicine.
I know
I'm
it's
going to take my
getting late. I know it's
medicine.
getting late. Yeah.
Because my eyes are starting to go, ooh. Like, okay, guys,
Yeah.
slow down.
So we'll have the Cash App in the description, and you've heard how you can help them. Connect with us. We'll connect you with them, or just give straight to them. Thank you guys for watching. Peace out.
Peace out.
Peace
I
out.
like how y'all
God
do
bless.
that.
Or like, what,
every time?
is that remember, or what's that, like vanilla ice?
First time I
Word,
did that. I don't know.
or vanilla ice, where do you
Go
know?
slow with his peace out.
Yeah.
Not now. Later. No, now.